What's going on, everyone? How's your day going? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC to the Indigo Disc is coming out this week. So, how about some things that you could do before then? So, without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Alright, so starting off, if you're not sure of what to do or what even the DLC is about or what you should do when you're waiting for the DLC, if you're not sure about a whole bunch of stuff, I got some things to help you with that. Alright? So now I already covered this in a whole bunch of other videos, but I mean, let's just do it again because maybe you need help, but these are gonna be like different things. So yeah, let's just okay. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's get straight to it. So now, if you're ready to, you're just waiting on Pokemon to come out. You're so excited, you can't wait to play the game. Now, if you're waiting for that, maybe you got to get used to the controls again. So why don't you make another profile, and then you restart the profile or whatever, restart the game. You restart the game all the way from the start of the game all the way till the end. See how fast you can beat the game. Maybe it would help you if your skills and knowledge on catching Pokemon, because the DLC is gonna require you to do that a lot. Catch the Pokemon, battle. Yeah, maybe you can do a Nuzlocke or something while you're waiting, because um, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC is coming out this Thursday, so you can just get ready for that. Or it could come out Wednesday, wherever you live. It could come out Wednesday too. But anyways, if you don't know what to do, there you go. You can restart the game, potentially do a Nuzlocke, get ready to catching stuff. Maybe try to complete the Pokedex in maybe 48 hours. I bet you can. I bet you can. But you can catch the entire Pokedex. Yeah, I think it's possible. If you have both the games, it's even better. You can just keep one save file if you already played it. Keep the save file and just trade yourself that. But I mean, that just defeats the purpose. Maybe you could beat the game twice. Now, each playthrough of the game is around 20 hours ish. If you're rushing through each gym, maybe you can beat it in 8 hours. So I bet you can do it. Alright, next up, you can go back to the older Pokemon game. Maybe the DS games, or maybe like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee or Diamond and Pearl or Sword and Shield. You can go back to the old games, see how the mechanics work, see how catching legendary Pokemon was like. Because legendary Pokemon in this game are not going to be like we saw it in Sword and Shield. They're going to be like a static encounter, which is kind of disappointing in a lot of people's minds, and in my mind too. I kind of find that it's disappointing, because I was getting super excited for this thing that I pretty much called at this point the Terra Den, which is kind of like the Dynamax Den or the Dynamax layer, but the Terra Den is where you could catch a whole bunch of. You catch four. Was it four or three? You catch four. Let's just keep it four. Catch four random Pokemon. You battle them. Pretty sure it was three though. But anyways, then at the end of that, there is a legendary, and you can pick if you want to keep the Pokemon or if you want to trade it away. So that's kind of disappointing that they're not bringing that back. But if you want, until the DLC comes out, you can try to get yourself a shiny, and you can trade it, or you can transfer it from Pokemon Sword or Shield to Pokemon Home. Yeah, why don't you go in the Terra Den? Try to get yourself a shiny Pokemon. I bet you can do it. I bet you can get a shiny Pokemon. You're going to be super lucky and super, super happy. Why don't you go for Rayquaza or something? Any of your favorite Pokemon. Because all the trainers in this game or in this DLC are going to be level 50 and higher. They could even range up to level 100 Pokemon battles. So, yeah, you can get yourself a shiny and it'll be super cool. You can make it the ace of your team. Okay, so now that you've done that, you can also potentially start another game of maybe Diamond and Pearl, because that's a static encounter. Or maybe you already completed the game and you didn't catch all the legendary Pokemon. I don't know why you didn't do that, but it could be possible. So if you have that, you can go to the park where you get all the legendary, make sure that you dig up 3 crystals, and then you can go and get yourself a legendary Pokemon by soft resetting. Yes, it's probably not going to be as fun, but it's possible because that also is a static encounter, and I bet you will be able to get that also. A beautiful legendary shiny Pokemon to start off your adventure in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Indigo Disc DLC. I think that is such a cool idea. Alright, well, this is still in technically the Scarlet and Violet game, but why don't you go and battle a whole bunch of Terra Pokemon? Go in the Terra Crystals. The Terra Crystals, get a whole bunch of candy so you can level up your Pokemon and get a whole bunch of money too. Now, if you've already completed the Teal Mask, there is a couple named the Billionaire Couple. With this Billionaire Couple, they give you about $1 million, $1 million Poké Dollars. So just make sure to find them around the little house near the road. You just keep following this road that goes into town of Kitakami, the town. You follow the road, you should be able to see a guy and a girl standing there, and they're pretty much, if you listen to their conversation, you can pretty much see what they go, so you just follow them, or you can just search up a tutorial on how to do it. But I feel like it's just fun to follow them and like actually try to figure it out yourself. But maybe you don't want to do that. That's fine too. Okay, so after you get your $1 million, you're good. You're good. But if you already did that and you spent all of the $1 million on evolution stones and protein powders, you can go to the Terra Raid battles. Better there. You go to the Terra Raid battles and you can get yourself a whole bunch of candy and things that you can sell for money, which is a pretty cool idea. And right now, there are the Palkia and Dialga raids where you can battle them and you can get a whole bunch of candy and stuff. And you have one chance to catch a Palkia or Dialga, and depending what game you are. Dialga's inside Pokemon Scarlet and Palkia's inside Pokemon Violet. So just make sure that you know what you're going after. They're also both Dragon-type Pokemon, so maybe you can do that while you're waiting for the DLC to come out. Alright, next up, complete your shiny collection. Or until what you need is what you need. You know what I mean? Well, now, if you go to your Pokemon home or wherever you keep all your shiny Pokemon, you should be able to tell which ones you're missing or which ones you want. Now make sure you catch those before the Indigo Disc DLC, because then you could focus all your time and energy on trying to shiny hunt whatever other Pokemon you're missing. Like for me, I'm going for the starter Pokemon because I think it would be cool to actually see the shiny inside the wild before actually catching it. Now, inside Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the only actual other shiny starter that I went for was Charmander when it came out. Like as soon as it came out, I was hatching eggs for weeks. And I got so many eggs that my boxes were full, and I put all the boxes in Pokemon Home. You could do that too. You can make whatever Charmander and you can just put them in Pokemon Home and then transfer them to a other game of Scarlet and Violet, and that will be considered of your garbage can box. And you can just keep doing that. So yeah, also that would be another one. You can make sure that you get rid of the Pokemon that you don't need, and there you go. It'd be such a good idea. Alright, so I think that pretty much covers it. You know what? Unless you want to get the Pokemon that aren't going to be there during the DLC shiny, you can go in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl or inside of Sword and Shield, try to hunt for the Pokemon that aren't going to be there. This includes Giratina, Palkia, Dialga, and Darkrai, but you can... Yeah, so if you have Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Gen 4 is not going to be inside of the Scarlet and Violet DLC, so make sure that you can maybe try to hunt for either Darkrai, Dialga, Palkia, or Giratina. It would be such a cool idea. You would have a very, very fun time. on trying to hunt those like that. But it's possible. You could do that. Sword and Shield, I feel like it's better. You don't have to soft reset your games a bajillion times. But, it's fun. So, yeah. You guys tell me on what you think about this list. Are you going to do any of these interesting things? Or did you already do most of them? Or maybe you're just waiting, you're still bored. Maybe you could play a different game until you're waiting. Or you could just hop back on and catch a few Pokemon, call it a day. I don't know. I don't know what your gaming routine, waiting until you get the new DLC. I don't know. But you could maybe do one of these things. Now just comment down below if you're gonna do one of these things, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And also, I hope that you maybe like the video if you appreciate or like this video. I don't know. And maybe subscribe if you want. I really, really appreciate it a ton. And with that being said, hope you have a great day and see you in the next one.